As a rule of thumb, I hate doing webinars that tell organizations what not to do, but this is a particularly high level need. Don't use SMART. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound, which is an acronym that is often used in personnel and team performance evaluation. And it's perfect for that, but not perfect. It's not the right acronym to use for strategic measures. Uh, you know, we use the acronym of PERFECT, which we talked about before. And the idea here is strategic objectives have different characteristics. You're never going to measure exactly what they are, and we don't care to. We don't need to know specifically a one-to-one relationship, in this case, between an individual and performance or a process and performance. It just has to be in the neighborhood. It's important the data, of course, is available, reliable, fast, empowering, cross-functional, and also time-bound. But let's compare that to SMART. What SMART looks at is specific. Now, we don't need to be specific. Strategies, in fact, are not specific. At best, they're directionally correct. And we certainly don't want to have the specificity of allocating an objective to an individual or a team, because in so doing, we dilute the cross-functional, cross-organization nature of a strategic objective, and it becomes tactical. It's measurable. Well, you know what? Many strategies are not measurable. We can find indicators which tell us directionally, as an indicative of how we're performing against it, but it's not measurable. It's not going to support a compensation model or diagnosis or analysis in any sort way, shape, or form. They do have to be achievable, no different than our personal goals have to be achievable. Realistic? Not so much. Strategies are not necessarily realistic, especially when we're doing revolutionary change in the organization. Now, the targets still need to be achievable. And then finally, time-bound. The performance of targets for strategic objectives do need to meet the time frame for the scorecard. And that becomes important. So achievable and time-bound are salvageable components, but specific, measurable, and realistic don't really fit the strategic world. So we're suggesting that we better focus on finding the perfect indicator as opposed to a SMART indicator.